What's up, everyone? We're back. What? Are you scared of my voice or something? He was scared of my voice. Today, we're going to talk about a very important topic for our fellow weightlifters out there. How to achieve a two-plate bench press. Now, as you guys know, I have achieved this. It has taken some time. Ryan is on the way. He's on the path of iron.
Almost.
But here today, like I said, I'm going to teach you, or not teach you, I'm just going to basically tell you my experience on that path to get to that point where I can bench two plates, some issues, some tips, and how to help you progress even further in your own training. First off, just like to say, this did not happen overnight. It's not like I came out of the wound and was like able to bench 225. Didn't happen. Be nice, but I mean, some of us were born like that and we're just like insanely strong, but I was never like insanely strong. I've always had to work for it. So let me put it this way. So when I first benched 225 officially, it was in high school, my senior year, right? That was I broke. I think max then was 235. However, I started weightlifting in middle school around 8th grade, probably, when I actually got into the weights and stuff. So that's about 4 years' time to do that. However, my form was all kinds of fucked up. Apologize for cussing. Sorry, Mom. But what I mean was I was a bodybuilder bencher at the time. So like literally it would just be, sorry, nail you in the face here. My shoulder would be out here, and that would just be all kinds of front delts, all kinds of shoulders. It was bad. However, the staff there never taught us how to weightlift correctly with the football team, so I didn't know any better at the time. And then I started watching more YouTube videos and was like, wait a minute. And I was wondering why I was having all these shoulder issues and this overly developed front delt. It was because I was benching like that. So, first things first, guys. Get your form down best you can. Look up people, like especially powerlifters, or it really depends on how you want to bench and what your particular goal is. If you just want to bench more, definitely go for powerlifters. If you just want to build muscle mass, bodybuilding style is good. So look up bodybuilders. If you really just want that, like have that functionality, look up someone who's functional that benches and stuff, like Elliot Hulse or maybe Athlean X. I don't know if he's really functional, but I've been watching a few of his things here and there. So that's the first thing. And when I got out of high school, I didn't do any weightlifting that summer at all. So it was just P90X that entire summer, and I got back into it, and I was all the way down to 135, and I'm just like, well, I'm already at this really crappy weight. I mean, it wasn't crappy maybe, but it was just like, it was a massive hit to the ego, and I was like, oh man, I'm weak. And I'm like, well, I'm already down here. I'm going to just reteach myself how to bench press. And I really was focusing on bringing my elbows in. And even then, like, I was fighting it because I knew I was stronger out here because my body was used to it, but you got to really bring it in. So that's the first thing, guys. Big thing. Focus on form. Another good tips that I help. Use your legs. Now, I don't want to get like super technical because I don't want to make this super long, but if you use your legs, you will be able to press more in the bench press. And it's really weird how the mechanics work. Like I said, I'm not going to get all technical and tell you guys how to do it, but use the legs. They are super helpful. Little arch in your back is good. Sometimes you see me when I'm benching like super heavy weights, my butt comes off the bench. That's not okay. Don't do that. It's funny to like do as I say, not as I do.
Unless you're powerlifting.
Well, even powerlifting, like in competitions and stuff, you have to keep your ass down.
Yeah, they just arch their back really well, but keep their butt on the bench.
Yeah, or you're DQ'd. And that's to do two things. It's to reduce the distance that the bar has to travel and allow you to get a stronger base. The second thing, or the third thing I think at this point, is going back to that base. You want to dig your shoulder blades into the bench kind of like this. And you want to have it so like you're like this. That makes sense. So it basically pulling back and down, pulling back and down, right? That's a big thing.
I saw a video. I don't know if any of you watch Chris Jones, but basically to get your shoulder blades back, he tells you to shrug up like this, and then roll them back, and then you want to keep your arms without releasing your shoulder blades like this. You want to keep it in that form. That's why it's good to have a spotter. Just kind of push it off there. That way you can keep your shoulder blades back and on the bench. And you want to, it just makes it a lot more sturdy, and also it's less distance too because you're not extending all the way out and back. It's just this.
It's also better for your shoulder when you're benching in here rather than out here. Because as soon as that goes out, you're no longer stable.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest things out of all that, like this is all stuff I'm like beginning to like really hone in on and focus now. But gripping the bar really, really hard. Like you're trying to like choke it. That does, I'm not sure the science behind it. As far as I know, it activates more of your nervous system. So it fires a lot better. So when you get into heavier weights, sometimes that'll feel a lot lighter.
Yeah, it does. Like before, I would just kind of grip it, and with heavier weight, then you're paying a lot more attention to your wrists because your wrists want to kind of cave in a little bit, and you're just more aware of how heavy it is. But if you really, really squeeze it and just squeeze the crap out of it, it makes it feel a lot lighter coming down for some reason.
Yeah, and I think that's not only the nervous system, but a little psychological too. I'm trying to think what else here. So we got form. We're going to be cutting this up a little bit. It's cool, I got a video editor. But we got form. We got strong base, use your legs, grip the bar hard as hell, bring your elbows in. Those are the main things. And like the last thing, like I said in the very beginning, I was not born able to bench press 225 or 2 plates. Like it just didn't happen instantly. It's taken a lot of work, a lot of time. So the biggest key thing I'd say is just be patient with it. And so long as you're progressing in the right direction, that's all that matters.
Full range of motion too.
Yeah. Obviously there's people who may be hindered in that department. It really depends. But if you can do full range of motion, do it. If you can't because of some medical issue, but you got to know your body well enough. I'm assuming, I don't know how old you are watching this, but you should know your body well enough that like you know your limits and your limitations. Maybe like that makes sense. Don't be afraid to push it though.
And always warm up properly too.
Mm-hmm. I've never really been big into warm-ups. It's more so recently because I know later down the road, I know when we get older, it's gonna I'm gonna be hating myself for not warming up in the past. So I've been really definitely getting big in the warm-ups and stuff. That's basically it. I mean, do you have anything to add?
For bench press technique, I'd say we'd hit everything, but as of right now, I'll be going for my 185 bench in a week. So we'll see. Mm-hmm. We shall see.
You're going to get it.
I'm going to go for it. I'm going to be screaming all over the Everybody's going to be looking. It'll be fantastic.
That's right. I don't even know what I'm going to go for. I would like 315. That would be nice.
Yeah.
I would be really happy with that. But the last thing I wanted to say about the form that I almost forgot about. Keep your feet planted. Novices lift their feet. Don't lift your feet. Keep them bitches planted. And that's it. And like I said, we will be maxing out very shortly. So
curls.
Curls. I don't do curls. Curls are stupid.
We'll make a video on how to do curls.
See, put you in. Anyways. So be on the lookout for that Max video and check us out. Hopefully this was beneficial. If it was, leave a comment down below. If you guys have any more questions or any other videos or things you want to make us about, let us know. Can't help if we don't know. Don't be afraid. And with that, I hope you all have a fantastic night or day or wherever you are, and stay awesome. Peace.